The Deermaster, written by Christina Van Deventer, narrated by Bragi Thor Valsson. To my parents, who taught me that everything worth believing in is worth fighting for, and to Bragi Thor, who makes every day feel like Christmas. Chapter 1. Carol watched as they dragged the dead deer away. Cursing, the men struggled against its weight, but she felt no sympathy for them. Across the lake, the man who had been responsible looked on. Claussen, a bastard, worthy only of being despised. His eyes met hers before he zipped up his leather coat and joined the other men, grabbing onto the animal's exceptional set of antlers, throwing his weight into the task. "That's the second one this year," her brother said as he came out of the house with mugs of coffee. "At this rate, there won't be any left to make the deliveries." Hatred for Claussen wasn't uncommon in her clan, but Sean had a reason to hate Chris. Chris had been awarded the apprenticeship, while Sean, after so many months of preparation, of proving repeatedly that he was worthy of the position and that he was the most qualified candidate for the job, was sent home empty-handed. What did it matter that he was skilled in magic and versed in the ancient arts of time-bending, or that he possessed a natural talent for communicating with animals if he couldn't use it? "Master Crinkle won't allow him to continue hurting the animals," Carol said. "The first one might have been acceptable, but after this he will be forced to do something about it." "I hope you're right, because what Chris doesn't realize is that we all depend on his success, whether we like it or not." "It's an awfully big burden for just one person to carry." "I would happily take his place," Sean said. "That's unlikely to happen," Carol shrugged. "Unless he keeps failing," her brother mused. "Then perhaps we should try to help him succeed, whether we like it or not." Sean looked hurt. "I'm going to pretend I never heard that," he said, trying to hide his chagrin behind the steaming cup. Carol didn't care much for the idea either, but she knew Master Crinkle. He would sooner risk everything and allow Chris to fail than admit he had made a mistake. Granted, never in history had an elf been apprenticed to do a man's work, but Sean had been the strongest, most qualified candidate. He should have been appointed. She thought about Chris in the role of a master. He always seemed sure of himself, even when he evidently wasn't. But recently there was something about him that she couldn't quite place. He had always been dedicated to everything he'd done, and yet it was as though he wasn't ready to take responsibility for his duty, as if he wasn't willing to fully commit to the apprenticeship. According to the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?